The A-list actress deliberately arranged a meeting with me to discuss business using me to boost her own popularity. She spread rumors online that I was a homewrecker in her relationship, leading to a massive online backlash against me. A rising star stepped forward as a witness, claiming that some toad was trying to eat swan meat. The female tycoon retaliated by posting a wedding photo that went trending, declaring, "What kind of riffraff dares to flirt with my husband? Leo is married." As soon as I opened my eyes, I saw a glaring trending topic and my phone blown up by my agent's calls. I was dumbfounded, not understanding what was happening. When had my secret marriage been exposed? I quickly opened Weibo. A minute later, holding a beautifully crafted photo that appeared on my account, I met Blair's teary, pitiful gaze. "I couldn't stand them spreading lies about you. What kind of riffraff dares to flirt with my husband?" Last night, numerous tabloid accounts frantically reposted a photo of me meeting with the A-list actress Xia Weiran at night, starting a massive campaign to spread the rumor that I was interfering in the relationship between Xia Weiran and the rising star Jax. Recently, Jax and I landed roles in the same drama. She asked to meet up, saying she wanted to discuss the script with me. I went, but we only chatted briefly before parting ways. Yet according to the tabloid accounts, it turned into me being a homewrecker in the A-list actress's relationship. What's more, her current boyfriend, the popular young star Jax, posted on Weibo, "Jax v. I believe Blair wouldn't do anything to betray me. Our relationship is strong, but there are always those with ulterior motives trying to stir things up." Below was Blair's reply in the comments, "Thanks for trusting me, babe." Their interaction clearly implied that I was the one hitting on Blair. Seriously, they're just using me to stir up drama and get attention. Blair woke up earlier than me and obviously saw the trending topics. She even posted a glamorous selfie on Weibo. My agent's call came through right then. I just answered when my cat swatted at me. "Stop it," I muttered. There was a brief silence on the line, followed by an angry outburst. "You dare tell me to stop it? Leo, are you tired of living? Have you seen what's trending?" I explained, "Sorry, Agent Dan, I wasn't referring to you." I glanced at the XNR beside me, but she buried her face in my chest and nuzzled against me. "Honey, don't be mad, okay? I didn't mean it. I just don't want you to be wronged." At such close range, it was impossible for the person on the phone not to hear, but before the agent could yell again, I hung up. First, I looked at Blair and she planted a quick kiss on my cheek. Her voice was soft and sweet, laced with a coquettish tone, and in the end my anger melted away. I knew Blair was just fiercely protective of me, and I wasn't angry with her at all. As a D-list celeb in the entertainment industry, I once publicly scolded some pretty boys on set, which earned me countless haters. Blair and I have been married for 2 years, and during that time she's tried to help me many times, but I've always refused. I wanted to stand on my own 2 feet in this industry. But now it seems, looking around, the WeChat post Blair sent using my account is still flooded with curses below. "Where did Leo rent this girlfriend from? How much per night? I want to rent one too. He never had any romance exposed before, now suddenly it comes out. Who would believe it? Leo's way of whitewashing is really stupid. Isn't this just a joke? This girl looks quite pretty, just don't know if it's photoshopped. What kind of woman is so disgusting, sacrificing herself to help Leo whitewash for money? They can curse me, I can bear it, but cursing my wife is not allowed." I immediately started clapping back at the haters online. "How many years has your mouth been pickled? So flavorful, full marks in the lack of virtue exam student. You really look like you've recognized Erlang Shen as your master." No doubt the topic of Leo clapping back at people hit trending again, and it exploded. Agent Dan rushed straight to my house, fuming with anger, full of rage, but the moment he saw Blair, he instantly cooled down. "Hello, I'm Blair." Although photos were posted on Weibo, Blair in person is even more beautiful than in pictures. Not only does she have a petite and graceful figure, but her delicate face is exquisitely lovely, with cherry lips and a fine nose, her eyes sparkling like spring blossoms and as radiant as the autumn moon hold a glimmer of moisture. Agent Dan's eyes lit up the moment he saw her. "Hello, I am Xiao Lin's agent. My surname is Du. Here's my business card. Your face is truly born for the entertainment industry. Blair, have you considered joining? In a year, no less than half a year, I can get you to the top of the charts." Blair smiled distantly. "Thank you, but no." After speaking, she turned and headed toward the kitchen. "Honey, I'll go make you some food." Only then did Agent Dan shift his gaze to me. "No unauthorized distribution. Explain what's going on with you and this woman. You even went on trending to curse out netizens. Do you not want to make it in this industry anymore?" I replied awkwardly, "Ahem, I've been married for 2 years." Agent Dan's voice rose sharply. "Married for 2 years? Do you realize that married male actors have a hard time getting anywhere in this circle, especially when your standing isn't even stable yet?" I pouted. "Yeah, I know." Agent Dan looked helpless. "If you knew, why did you announce it outright? I've been guiding you for so long, and I only find out now. You've kept me in the dark for ages." I tried to comfort him. "It's fine, Dan. If you'd found out later, you'd have been kept in the dark even longer." He asked, puzzled. "Then why were you arguing with netizens online?" I said proudly, "I can take the heat, but my wife can't." Agent Dan was so angry he pinched the bridge of his nose. I quickly patted his back to calm him down. Once he settled, he spoke again. "Your current popularity is unprecedented to cash in. The company plans to package you and your wife for a dating show." "No way." I refused without hesitation, making the top group's female CEO appear in public with me. "I'd be insane." Agent Dan sounded exasperated. "If you refuse, the company will terminate your contract. Can you afford that sky-high exit fee?" I was about to say something when Blair walked out of the kitchen and chimed in, "A dating show? Sounds fun. I've been wanting to see what my husband's work is like." Hearing Blair agree, Agent Dan immediately smiled and said, "Good." Before leaving, he added, "Xia Weiran and Jax will also be participating in this show. They're not good people and you're as naive as a pig, so be careful to prevent them from playing tricks on you." The news that Blair Xia Weiran Jax and I would be joining the dating show quickly swept across the trending topics. Many netizens mocked me saying, "Oh, the Photoshop girl is going on a dating show? What was the director thinking? The photo posted on Leo's account is clearly overfiltered. If that girl really looked like that, I doubt she'd even be interested in Leo. Leo is still quite handsome. I think he's much better looking than Jax. Good looks don't matter when his character is rotten. Besides, there were never any rumors about him dating before and now it suddenly comes out. Maybe he found someone to stand in for him." Regarding Blair joining me on the show, I still felt uneasy inside. Instead she comforted me, "Not many people know me out there anyway. Why do you feel like your wife isn't presentable?" I rolled my eyes at her. The recording took place 3 days later when Blair and I arrived. The director immediately had the camera focus on us. This episode was broadcast live with real-time comments from the live stream scrolling on a large screen visible to all guests on set. As the lens zoomed in on Blair, she gave a subtle cautious glance. Many viewers in the live stream had come expecting drama, but upon seeing Blair's true appearance they were instantly captivated. "Wow, she's stunning. Where did Leo find such a fake girlfriend? I want one too. She's definitely prettier than Summer. I think I'm switching sides. Leo, step aside, let me take over." Blair and I walked to the sofa arranged by the production team. Summer stood up and extended her hand toward Blair. "Hello, I'm Summer." Blair lifted her gaze coolly, a faint curve forming at the corner of her mouth as she shook her hand. "Blair." I noticed Summer's face pale. She tried to pull her hand back but couldn't budge an inch. I knew Blair was backing me up. I felt a sharp piercing gaze fixed intently on me. I turned to see Jax approaching. He came up close, lowering his voice by my ear. "Where did you find this fake girlfriend? Pretty face or not? Who knows if it's plastic surgery? These days it's not just about looks. Money is what really matters. What, you think a girl like her would stick around to dig wild vegetables with you?" After saying this, Jax quickly stepped back, beaming brightly. He expressed how happy he was to be on the same show as Leo and asked for his support as his words trailed off. The live stream chat scrolled rapidly again. "Our Jax is truly kind-hearted, so friendly even to an excess. If I were Jax and saw Leo, I'd rush over and tear his face apart. An excess, acting so high and mighty. What thick skin. That's why our Jax is so good-natured. Everyone's in the same circle. You bump into each other sooner or later. Jax surely doesn't want to make a big deal out of it with Leo. Hopefully Leo has some self-awareness. Weiran only likes Jax. Leo should stop trying to ruin their relationship." The scrolling barrage made Blair's face darken. She reached out to hook her arm through mine, smiling brightly at me. "Leo, I had no idea your taste had sunk to such depths. What kind of stray cat or dog could possibly be worthy of your affection?" I played along, patting Blair's head gently. "Don't say that. Some people can't even compare to kittens and puppies. They're much cuter. My mistake, sorry." Our back-and-forth banter left Jax and Xia Weiran scowling. Well, it couldn't be helped. They were the ones who came over to stir up trouble first. I wasn't about to let Blair and myself suffer in silence. But some of Jax and Xia Weiran's fans were losing it. "What do these two mean looking down on A-list actress Xia? Their mouths are so venomous. Do they have any manners at all?" Still, whether in figure or look, Xia Weiran really didn't measure up to Blair's charm. If I had a girlfriend like Blair, who'd bother chasing after Xia Weiran? You upstairs just don't get it. Never mind whether Leo's girlfriend is real or just someone he brought along for the occasion. Even if she's genuine, one's a regular person, the other's an A-list actress who has the power and who doesn't. Isn't that obvious at a glance? I don't know if it's just my imagination, but I always feel like I've seen Leo's girlfriend somewhere before, though I can't quite recall where. Haha, maybe I saw her at a plastic surgery clinic. Because of Jax and Summer, my reputation in the circle has already taken a hit. I'm prepared for this episode and won't let these two continue to get on my nerves. Let the show go on. Apart from me, Blair, Jax and Summer, the other participants in this dating show include a popular teen idol Julian and a rising starlet Sophia, who are also publicly known as a couple. The production team said this dating show will be filmed in a large villa which Jax provided for free. As soon as we entered, Julian exclaimed at the opulent furnishings around us. "Oh my god, this place is huge and gorgeous. Jax, I had no idea you were a hidden billionaire." Standing at the villa's entrance, I paused slightly at the familiar decor, exchanging a glance with Blair. The surrounding staff also gasped in admiration. One of them walked over to a vase displayed inside the villa and exclaimed in shock, "Oh my, is this a Ming Dynasty vase?" The attention of everyone around was instantly drawn to it. "I recognize this vase. I heard it was bought by the CEO of the Lin Group at an auction for over 2 million. I never expected to see it here." Although the staff weren't shown on camera, their voices still reached the live stream. The live chat immediately erupted with frantic scrolling. Seeing this, the director quickly panned the camera to give the vase a close-up shot. "This really is a Ming Dynasty vase. I saw it online before. This exact piece was indeed purchased by the Lin Group CEO. Is this for real? How could a vase bought by the Lin Group CEO end up in Jax's home? Could it be a replica? I study antique authentication. This isn't fake, it's the real deal." At first glance, if I'm not mistaken, Jax's villa is located in Maple Gardens. As everyone knows, only top-tier CEOs can afford to buy property here. What's the connection between Jax and the Lin Group? This is shocking. The live stream's popularity soared rapidly. Seizing the opportunity, the director pressed Jax further. "Jax, could you explain to everyone how this vase and this villa came to be?" Jax put on a deliberately troubled expression, as if hesitating for a moment before speaking. "Since everyone is so curious, I won't keep you in the dark. This villa actually belongs to my family. The CEO of the Lin Group is my father. I just took my mother's surname." After finishing, Jax winked at the screen and added, "Please keep this a secret from me, okay? Don't spread it around." I was speechless. He really knew how to put on an act. Tilting my head I mimicked Jax's manner and smiled at him. Is this really your home? Jax's expression shifted but before he could respond the live stream viewers voiced their displeasure first. What does Leo mean by that? Can't he stand to see others doing well? I noticed Leo's surname is Lin too. Does he have some connection with the Lin group as well? Hey, the person above, are you here just to crack jokes? There are plenty of people with the surname Lin in the world. Does that mean they're all related to the Lin group? Leo is just jealous he can't afford a big villa or antiques so he's green-eyed with envy. Leo is so disgusting. If this isn't Jax's home, whose could it be? If it weren't Mr. Jax's place, how could Jax have brought us here? I'm also curious. When did the villa I bought for my sister become Jax's? And when did my parents have another son? Jax spoke up with a hint of grievance. Leo, if you have a problem with me just say it directly, there's no need to insinuate things about me. Julian chimed in as well. Yeah, Leo, don't be so suspicious of others. If this weren't Jax's place, how could he have brought us here to film? I saw Blair narrow her eyes slightly and knew what she was about to do. I reached out, tugged at her skirt and shook my head at her. There's no rush for now. I want to see exactly what's going on here. Seeing the atmosphere on set was a bit tense, the director quickly stepped in to smooth things over. Alright, let's get back to the show. First, a sincere thank you to Jax for providing us with this filming location. Next we'll start assigning rooms. This villa has 3 floors each with several rooms. Jax waved his hand generously, inviting the entire production crew to stay in the villa. The live chat was flooded with comments praising Jax as beautiful and kind-hearted. Julian's eyes sparkled with excitement. Bro, Jax, does that mean we guests are staying on the 3rd floor? Jax nodded, then turned his gaze toward me with a smile. Leo, you and your girlfriend can pick a room first. Julian chimed in. Jax is really magnanimous. Some people doubted him earlier, but he's not holding grudges, letting certain folks choose first. Jax patted Julian's shoulder, smiling broadly. It's fine, Leo probably just doesn't know me well yet. Once we spend more time filming together, I'm sure his impression of me will change. When it comes to putting on an act, this guy really knows how to do it, I thought with an inward laugh, but on the surface I mimicked Jax's demeanor and said with a smile, alright then, I'll take that bedroom. The master suite on the 3rd floor, the biggest and best room in the whole villa, the one I usually stay in. Jax's expression shifted slightly and Julian pointed directly at me and said, Leo, you really have no shame. Jax is the host here, so the master suite should obviously go to him. How can you have the nerve? I glanced coolly at Julian, looking at him with a faint mocking smile. Why should I feel embarrassed? Didn't you say I could pick first? What has your handsome, kind and magnanimous Jax changed his mind? Julian was about to say more, but Jax stopped him. It's fine, just a room. Jax is so good-hearted. Julian gritted his teeth and shot me a glare. The production team gave us an hour to settle in Blair and I took our luggage upstairs. As soon as I entered the room I took out my phone and called Riley. She answered quickly and a youthful female voice came through the line. What's up? Why are you calling me all of a sudden? I gave a cold smile. Have you been doing anything behind my back? There was a brief silence on the phone, then Riley's playful voice continued. Bro, your loyal little sister would never hide anything from you. I said sternly. You have half a day to return from abroad. Riley's earlier pause had confirmed some of my suspicions. Without giving her time to react, I hung up. Blair finished adjusting her clothes and came up behind me, massaging my shoulders. Honey, why did you stop me earlier? Seeing that pretty boy, I really wanted to slap him a few times. I couldn't help but chuckle. Mind your status as the president of By Corporation. How can you stoop to that level? Just keep your eyes on me. Blair hugged me without saying another word. When it was about time, Blair and I went downstairs. Everyone was gathered together drinking milk tea. Seeing me, Jax picked up 2 cups of milk tea from the table and handed them over. Leo, would you and your girlfriend like some milk tea? I bought plenty. I'll pass, thanks. I'm not really in the mood for a drink. I've tried this brand of milk tea before. It's too sweet for my taste. But I didn't expect my refusal to upset Jax. Leo, do you still have some issue with me? I was speechless. This guy really had a wild imagination. Yet I could clearly feel as Jax spoke that many people around us were shooting me accusing looks. The live chat was also flooded with insults directed at me. This Leo really has no shame. First he was a homewrecker between Jax and the A-list actress Xia Eng, and now that Jax is being so nice to him, he still has the nerve to bully Jax like he's some big shot. Who does he think he is? Disgusting. Leo, how did the director even think of inviting someone like him onto a dating show? It's just polluting our screens. Leo, get out of the entertainment industry already. Xia Weiran also stood up from the sofa, walked over to Jax and looked at him with concern. Jax took her hand and gently shook his head at her. Weiran, I'm fine. Xia Weiran straightened up and glared coldly at me. Leo apologized to Jax. Julian also walked over, chiming in. Brother G kindly treated everyone to milk tea and you still bully him like this? Leo, hurry up and apologize to Brother G. Sophia, standing behind Julian, reached out and tugged at his clothes, but Julian paid her no mind. Blair stepped in front of me. She was nearly a head taller than Summer, and with her long-standing high status her presence was far more imposing than Summer's. Her cold gaze fell on Summer, making Summer instinctively take a few steps back. I stepped out from behind Blair, looking amusedly at these people putting on an act. What kind of joke are you all talking about? Which I saw me bullying him? I didn't want milk tea and refused him. Is that bullying? If I told him to go eat shit and he didn't, would that be him bullying me? And you, I turned to Julian, wipe the sleep from your eyes and see clearly before you speak, will you? You just can't stop barking for a moment, afraid no one will notice you. Julian's face flushed red and then paled with anger, but he couldn't utter a single word in retort. Some viewers in the live stream are actually quite clear-headed. I don't think Leo did anything wrong. He just didn't want to drink milk tea and turn down the bun. How did that suddenly become bullying Jax? Seriously, is such a trivial matter worth making a big deal out of? It suddenly makes Jax seem really petty. Who wouldn't agree? And yet they're all demanding Leo apologize. It's not like Leo did anything truly awful, right? XS is just XS. He's the one who acted like a homewrecker, so it's perfectly normal for others to have a bad impression of him. Honestly, that photo the tabloid account posted really doesn't prove anything. Sure, it shows Leo and Xia Weiran meeting at night, but they weren't doing anything. There was even some distance between them. What are you trying to say with that? Leo being XS was confirmed by both Jax and the A-list actress. Do you really think a respected A-list actress and a popular young star would falsely accuse Leo? Sophia pulled Julian back to her side, looking at me apologetically. Sorry teacher Leo, I'll apologize on Julian's behalf. I just smiled without responding. The director, having watched enough of the drama, finally spoke up. Ahem, will now issue the first task. It's almost evening and we still haven't sorted out dinner. The requirement is for each group of guests to arrange their own dinner, with the restriction being Maple Gardens. That means you'll need to interact with the homeowners living in Maple Gardens and persuade them to invite you for a meal. As the director's words fell, the livestream audience instantly grew excited. The residents of Maple Gardens were all big shots rarely seen on ordinary occasions. This way we might actually get to see them. Ah, I'm so excited. I really want to see what the homes of these other big shots look like. This time it's all thanks to our idol Wuji. If it weren't for him we wouldn't have gotten to witness such a grand scene. Thanks to Wuji, and hopefully some people will recognize this reality, know their place and not be so shameless. The task officially began. I yawned and whispered to Blair, whose place should we eat at? Blair took out her phone from her pocket and sent a message in a group chat. I glanced over and saw the livestream comments scrolling again. Just listen to what Leo said. How interesting. Whose house are we going to eat at? He makes it sound like he's so impressive, as if this were some street market where you can just casually walk up to any stall. I think the director's arrangement isn't great. The residents in this villa area are all big shots, busy with their own important matters. Are we sure the show's celebrities won't disturb them by freeloading meals? But Wuji, our male god, is a young master of the Lin family. Maybe those big shots would be delighted to see him. They might even welcome him eagerly. What's Blair doing? Why is she still holding her phone? Is she trying to order takeout? That's really laughable. In less than a minute Blair put down her phone. Let's go, she said, pulling my hand as we headed out of the villa. Seeing the familiar route, I knew exactly whose house she was taking us to. Crew, hurry up and follow. I want to see where this couple Leo and Blair are going to eat. Are they just going to pick up takeout? Hahaha, please don't give the camera to Leo's group. I want to see where Wuji takes us to meet the big shots. Soon Blair and I arrived in front of a villa. The door was wide open and familiar faces were already waiting there, including Brother Emo. I cut off what Ivy was about to say next, smiling at her very amiably. Hello Mayam, we are guests from the Falling in Love with You show. We're currently filming and our task is to find dinner on our own. Would it be convenient for us to join you for a meal? Thank you so much. After Ivy processed this, she adopted a somewhat distant demeanor, nodding at Blair and me. No problem, come on in. After Blair and I entered, we initially intended to change shoes, but Ivy stopped us, gesturing for us to walk right in. Thank you very much. Ivy walked over to me and lowered her voice. Brother-in-law, stop with all the thank yous. Looking at me with that smile is making me nervous. Ivy is Blair's childhood best friend. I glanced to the side. Although SXJ was following us, the live stream hadn't switched over yet. The feed was still showing Jax's group. Seeing no need to keep up appearances, I simply sat on the sofa with Blair, waiting for the meal to begin. From the moment Ivy received Blair's message, she had someone start preparing. 10 minutes later the food was already served. Just as we were about to start eating, the villa's door suddenly knocked, followed by a familiar male voice outside. Hello, is anyone there? I sighed inwardly. Talk about persistent. The Yi family's housekeeper went to open the door. Outside, Jax introduced himself. Hello, we're guests from the Falling for You show. I'm Jax and this is my girlfriend Xia Weiran. You've probably seen her on TV. She's an A-list actress. The housekeeper replied, puzzled. Oh, I don't recognize her. The housekeeper's response from outside nearly made me spit out the porridge I just sipped. What nerve. Hearing the voice, Jax poked his head in from outside. Our eyes met and the next second Jax walked straight in with Xavier. Leo, what a coincidence. I didn't expect to see you here. Jax glanced around the room, then focused his gaze on Ivy. He extended his hand toward her. Hello Mayam, you must be the hostess here. I'm Jax, pleased to meet you. Ivy glanced at me and Blair, then shook Jax's hand. Are you also on a mission looking for a place to eat? Feel free to join us. I was speechless. Anyone with half a brain could tell Ivy probably assumed Jax and Xavier were on good terms with me. Jax immediately lit up with joy. Thank you Mayam, you're so kind. Viewers in the livestream praised the scene, commenting, Jax truly lives up to his reputation. Popular wherever he goes, people even invite him to share a meal without hesitation. Can't blame them though, with his good looks and friendly demeanor. It's no wonder he's so well liked. Jax and Summer sat down. Jax took the initiative to strike up a conversation with Ivy. Miss, I still don't know your name. After the show ends I'll properly thank you. Ivy waved her hand. No need, my surname is Yi, just call me Ivy. Someone in the live stream recognized Ivy's identity. Oh my god, it's actually Ivy. Ha! What? What about Ivy? The three top-tier conglomerates, the Lin group, the Bai group, and then there's the Yi family. I never expected Jax to have such luck, randomly picking one and stumbling upon the Yi family, and ZZ even welcomed Jax so warmly. Jax really has a lucky charm aura. Although the Yi family is impressive, my Jax is the young master of the Lin group himself, nothing to make a fuss about. Ivy also saw the barrage in the live stream. Her gaze fell on the comment about the young master of the Lin group, and she immediately narrowed her eyes. Young master of the Lin group? Jax smiled sheepishly. Well, let me introduce myself properly. I am indeed the young master of the Lin group, but I use my mother's surname. Ivy glanced in my direction. I responded with a mocking smile. Ivy's expression immediately darkened. How do I recall that the young master of the Lin family doesn't look like you? Jax's smile stiffened for a moment before he hurriedly replied, perhaps it's because I don't go out often. It's normal for you to misremember, Ivy said coolly. Is that so? Her ambiguous tone made Jax visibly flustered, and he quickly lowered his head preparing to eat. But then Ivy's voice continued, I'm sorry, but I suddenly don't welcome you anymore. Please leave now. Viewers in the live stream were puzzled by this scene. What's going on? What happened? Why is Ivy unhappy upon hearing that Jax is the young master of the Lin family? Could there be some conflict between the Lin group and the Yi group? That can't be right. Rumors outside say the relationships among the three top conglomerates are quite good. You said it yourself. Those are just rumors. I think since both the Lin and Yi groups are major corporations, there must be some conflicts of interest. It's possible these two have some kind of dispute. Ivy's gaze carried a hint of mockery, forcing Jax and Summer to rise from their seats. Jax's eyes reddened, looked at Ivy and said, Miss Ivy, I don't know if you've heard some nonsense from others and developed some misunderstanding about me, but hearsay isn't necessarily true. I hope you can use your own judgment. After speaking, Jax deliberately shot a glance at me before turning and leaving. The barrage exploded with insults directed at me because of Jax's move. Damn it, it's that man Leo again. I knew Ivy wouldn't treat Jax like this for no reason. It must be that scumbag Leo badmouthing Jax before he arrived. Disgusting Leo, I hope he gets hit by a car 3 times. Hurry up, he's utterly vile. Blair's face turned icy cold. I patted her hand to comfort her. No rush, let Jax jump around a bit more. The higher he jumps, the harder he'll fall. After the meal, Blair and I returned to the filming location. As soon as I stepped into the villa, I saw Jax sitting on the sofa with a pained expression while Julian and Xia Weiran were comforting him. Julian glared at me disapprovingly the moment he noticed my arrival. I looked at him with a half smile. What's wrong? Is your eyesight getting worse? Do you need to widen your eyes to see someone clearly? I remarked with a sardonic expression. Julian wanted to retort, but he couldn't find the words to say anything. My gaze swept casually around the room, but then I noticed the scattered fragments of a vase on the floor. My expression immediately changed. What happened here? Following my line of sight, Julian also saw the shattered vase worth 2 million on the floor, his face turning slightly panicked. Jax coughed a few times and spoke up. It was Julian who broke it, but it's fine, it was an accident and I won't make him pay for it. Only then did I notice the barrage of comments in the live stream filled with praises like, Jax is so generous and Jax is so kind. I sneered coldly, Jax, what gives you the right to make these decisions? The surrounding air fell silent for a moment and the barrage in the live stream paused briefly, only to be followed by an even more intense flood of comments. What did Leo mean by that? This was Wuji's own home. He was the young master of the Lin family, wealthy and unconcerned about a mere 2 million. How could he not have the right to make decisions? Watching the whole show, it was clear that Leo was just a rotten apple, a real piece of work. How could someone like him deserve to be in the entertainment industry? Get lost already. Xia Weiran also looked at me with displeasure. Leo, I know you've always been jealous of Wuji, but there's no need for you to constantly pick on him. This is the Lin family. Wuji's home. How he handles his family's affairs is none of your business as an outsider. Julian chimed in softly from the side. Exactly, mind your own business. I laughed. Xia Weiran, for an A-list actress you sure lack brains. Jealous of him? Jealous of a fake Lin family heir who stole someone else's identity and puts on airs? Or jealous of his shameless skills? Jax's expression instantly changed. Julian spoke up to comfort me. Leo, what do you mean by that? How dare you question whether Jax is the real Lin family heir? If he isn't, who is? You? That's laughable. A faint smile played on my lips as I remained silent. Blair stood beside me, idly playing with my hand, calculating the time. Riley should be arriving soon. Let her deal with this mess herself. I don't have the patience to handle these disgusting people. Julian approached Jax and suggested, bro, why don't we just show them your property deed? That'll shut him up. Julian's face was filled with resentment. I really can't stand Leo anymore. His jealousy is so intense. Why can't we all just get along? I calmly met Jax's gaze. Fine, let this young master show us his property deed. I'm actually looking forward to being proven wrong. Hearing my words, Xia Weiran also turned to Jax and said, Jax, just show the property deed to clear things up. Jax fell silent for a moment before speaking. This house was bought for my sister. The property deed is in her name. She's not here right now, so if you want to see it you might have to wait a few days. When she returns I'll post the deed online. Jax said this in a very calm tone. After hearing it, both Summer and Julian nodded. I glanced at the text message I had just received and said, no need to wait a few days. If you can't produce it I'll help you get it now. As my words fell, the villa's front door was pushed open from the outside. A young beautiful woman in a long dress with her hair styled in loose waves walked in from outside the villa. She was carrying a small suitcase, looking travel-worn as if she had just returned from a journey. Upon seeing her, Jax immediately looked flustered. Riley glanced around, her expression extremely displeased. Nevertheless, she dragged her suitcase and walked up to me. First, brother, sister-in-law. I clearly saw Jax's eyes widen and his face turn pale upon hearing Riley call him brother. I sneered inwardly. You're back, this mess you created. Clean it up quickly yourself, don't waste my time. Riley nodded with a dark expression. I added calmly, oh right, take out your property deed and show it to them. And to all the lovely viewers in the live stream, they're all eager to see it. Riley acknowledged and under everyone's gaze walked toward a bedroom on the 3rd floor. When she returned she held a small booklet, the property deed. She opened it revealing the name Riley written inside. After a pause she also took out her ID card displaying the name and photo while covering the ID number. This house, she said, was bought by my brother and given to me. As Riley spoke the surroundings fell into utter silence. After putting away the documents Riley walked over to Jax. Jax, when did my house become yours? And when did you go from being my boyfriend to my brother? Her words left everyone around them wide-eyed. Blair and I had long suspected this connection between Riley and Jax, so we weren't shocked at all. Mimicking Jax's tone I spoke in a deliberately exaggerated mocking voice. Taking advantage of my sister not following entertainment news, some people announce going public with an A-list actress while also being with my sister, bring others into my sister's house without her permission and even impersonate my identity. Young Master Jax is truly kind-hearted and incredibly generous, isn't he? The people on site looked stunned and the live stream exploded with comments, oh my god, what kind of drama am I watching? Jax's identity as the Lin family heir is fake. This mansion isn't even his. And he's two-timing. Don't talk nonsense up there. This Riley person who popped out of nowhere might just be an actor Leo hired to smear our Jax. Exactly. We trust our idol Jax. Leo is so cunning and scheming. This could be another one of his plots. The property deed doesn't have photos. Maybe it's just a coincidence of names. No one in the room spoke while the live stream chat scrolled non-stop. Just then the villa's front door swung open again. Seeing who had arrived, Blair swiftly rose from the sofa and I followed suit, standing up as well. Mom, Dad, what brings you here? I walked over to my parents and Blair also stepped forward to greet them. Father-in-law, mother-in-law. My parents nodded at Blair. Little Blair. Following behind my parents was Ivy. When she saw me looking at her she grinned at me. Brother-in-law, when I saw someone impersonating you I went ahead and called your parents over. If earlier everyone had doubted Riley's identity, the appearance of Ivy and my parents now served as undeniable proof. My father, a prominent figure in the economic sector, had recently been featured in the news. The live stream suddenly exploded. Oh my god, are those really Mr. and Mrs. Lin? I can't believe my ears. Leo called them mom and dad, so Jax really was impersonating someone. Wow, Jax is really too much, pretending to be someone else and two-timing at the same time. Before this Jax was online saying Leo was hitting on Xia Weiran, but now it turns out he's the one two-timing. How shameless. They kept saying Leo was jealous of Jax, but looking back now I feel like it was always Jax who deliberately picked on Leo. Leo never said anything, but whenever something went wrong for Jax he'd blame it on Leo. Did you guys notice something? Blair called Mr. and Mrs. Lin father-in-law and mother-in-law, and Ivy called Leo brother-in-law. As everyone knows, the Yi family and the White Group have a very good relationship. Blair's last name is White. Could this White be the same as the White Group? I just showed Blair's photo to my brother. He once saw the female CEO of the White Group at a banquet and he said she looks exactly like Blair. Oh my god, Leo is living the dream. He's the young master of the Lin family and his wife is the CEO of the Bai Corporation. Before this Jax and Xia Weiran accused Leo of being a homewrecker. If I were Leo, Xia Weiran wouldn't even be worthy of tying my shoes. It's true what they say. When the wall falls everyone pushes. Before this the live stream was filled with insults directed at me, but now it's all curses aimed at Jax. My dad's gaze fell on Riley as she walked over. He reached out and grabbed her ear. What have you done to make your sister-in-law suffer? Riley never expected she'd end up with such a boyfriend. Riley said tearfully, I thought he was a reliable and capable guy, so I even gave him the villa passcode, but I never imagined he'd take advantage of me being abroad for contract negotiations to do something like this. Sister-in-law, brother, I'm so sorry. My sister has a sharp business mind, but when it comes to relationships she's a complete fool. I don't blame her. Not far away Xia Weiran watched this scene, his face instantly turning green. Jax, what on earth is going on? Xia Weiran never expected he'd be cheated on. Jax stammered, unable to give a clear explanation. But he suddenly threw himself in front of Riley. Riley, it's not what you think. I didn't betray you. You're the only one I love. It's Xia Weiran. She forced me to be with her. She tried to manipulate me and Leo. Oh no, Leo, you're my brother. Brother, I was wrong before. Please forgive me. Please don't let Riley break up with me. Jax started crying in public and his words disgusted me. Riley dodged, avoiding him. Xia Weiran's expression changed drastically and she cursed him out with a JR. In the live stream viewers also shouted WC at Jax in anger. Riley stepped forward to chat with Summer. From their conversation it turned out that Jax had hooked up with Riley by chance about a month after he and Summer went public. According to Riley, she had brought Jax to this villa, but due to her own status she had never told him about it. She had no idea how Jax found out. Maybe he overheard her phone call. My parents dismissed the film crew. Summer, feeling betrayed, took to her blog to publicly denounce Jax, and Jax once again hit the trending charts. Many of the A-list actresses, fans and netizens collectively attacked Jax. Summer also publicly apologized to me, saying that on that night we really hadn't done anything. We were just discussing the script. She admitted she had intentionally misled her fans to stir up some buzz. We only talked briefly before going our separate ways. But cyberbullying is still cyberbullying. I won't forgive her for that. Plus Jax deliberately brought people into someone else's villa while the owner was away, which is illegal. Blair and Riley directly sued Jax and Xia Weiran in court. Not only that, Blair also hired investigators to track down every single netizen who had insulted me in the live stream, suing them one by one. She had plenty of money and time to spare. On the day of the trial, Jax and Xia Weiran were surrounded by numerous fans with rotten eggs and spoiled vegetables thrown at them like they were free. How did the entertainment industry end up with two scumbags like you? Disgusting. You're the real troublemakers, yet you frame others. You hypocritical snakes. Before leaving the villa, Julian awkwardly waved goodbye to me. I replied coolly, Mr. Julian, don't forget about the 2 million for that vase. Julian froze on the spot. My identity was publicly revealed in the entertainment industry, instantly gaining me many new fans. Numerous shows approached me to participate, but I suddenly felt it had lost its appeal. I'd rather spend that time on a honeymoon with my wife. The end. This story wishes you happiness every day, free from misunderstandings and online harassment.